Hello, Pastor Deborah here, and welcome. We are beginning a new leadership development series of classes just for you. As you can see on the board, the title of it is called The Heart of a Leader, Becoming a Shepherd. And I want to talk to you just a little bit in this introduction video about the series of leadership development courses. This new series of leadership development classes is going to teach on a very rarely taught concept in leadership development. Pastor Deborah knows there are wonderful teachers of leadership development already out there, teaching on many needed and wonderful topics. And you should take all of them, for we need all the education and training that we can get if we are to become a true leader. When one desires or seeks or is placed into a leadership position, one's heart and mind may or may not have been prepared for it. No matter the type of leadership that occurs. Maybe you were the firstborn, the oldest child. Were you prepared for that? How to be a leader in your family, with your brothers and sisters, or maybe you were just the only child. Did you get the leadership you needed? What about if you were a boy? Did you get that leadership you needed? What about a girl? Oh yeah, girls are leaders also. Did you get that? Maybe, maybe not. What about to be a friend? Did you get any leadership development on how to be a friend? What about how to be a student in school and learn? Who taught you how to be a student with a leader inside of you? How about a mother or father? Were you taught? Those are great leaders, and they are needed deeply because they have big responsibilities, not only to what is given to them now, but to raise up and grow and mature new future mothers and fathers. Did you have any classes? Very interesting to ask yourself. What about a worker in a business? Are there any classes on how to be a good worker, a servant, but yet be a leader of your area, or be a leader of your other people who are working with you, sort of a manager? What if you were placed in a leadership development class? Did that happen? What happened if you were promoted to a management position and you're no longer just one of the crowd? Did you have any classes for leadership development? What if you start your own business or take over from your father or your grandfather? Did you have any classes? Did they send you to leadership development school on how to run the family business, how to deal with customers and not be corrupt with the money, and how to pass it on to your future generations when it's time? Did you have those classes? What about being a faith leader? Oh, maybe you went to school, but does that teach you really how to lead? You may have gotten some basic framework of your faith, but does that teach you how to run a business? How to shepherd people, comfort people, lead and guide them, be the teacher of them? Did it teach you that? Maybe, maybe not. What about a community leader? Maybe you're just a volunteer. Who taught you how to be a good community leader, a good volunteer, and to work with the public, and to work with neighborhoods and streets and businesses? Any classes on that? What about in the military? They usually do have some form of structure of education, classes, experience. They do help people move up in their ranks to develop leadership. There are some books about protocol and ethics and what you're to do when you move up into the officer ranks. But in the enlisted ranks, there's not much. But there could be. What about if you're going to be a national leader, a community leader, a politician? What classes have you taken? Oh, you may know all about making laws or being a dictator, but do you know how to be a leader of the people, to care for the resources of your nation? Did you take a class in that? Did your heart get tested and tried to prove that you are the best qualified person of that time to lead your nation? Very interesting questions you must ask yourself when you are trying to become a leader. Anything one does, even for itself, for yourself, is leadership. You didn't know that? Well, let me explain. Leadership begins early in every human heart with the desire to live and to be birthed out of the womb of a mother. Yep, right there. In the womb, when you were conceived by a sperm and an egg, leadership came in. The desire to live, to grow and develop was there. Oh, you weren't mentally having a part of it. Your genes, your DNA, life itself was leading you to grow and mature. It had a process it was putting you through. It was leading you to life and maturity, to come out of the womb. So right there, in the very beginning of life, leadership was developing. And you were given it at birth. And you were given it at conception. Life was leading. Every current leader, doesn't matter if it's a mother, a father, a friend, a school teacher, a nurse, a doctor, just somebody in business, just a friend. They know from personal experience that in every position of leadership, paid or unpaid, at a small level, a medium-sized level, or a national or international level, that within oneself, within one's own family, community, circle of friends, in the business, and even in public service, there will be great tests, trials, and challenges of that life that's in you, the life of leadership, the heart of the leader who desires to become a shepherd will be tested, tried, and challenged. Yes, great challenges will come, even in the womb, when the leader within every child, every animal baby, every seed coming forth out of a plant, it is being led to live and grow and develop. There is something behind it, guiding it, pushing it, helping it. And as long as it is not challenged and tested and tried unto death, it will come forth. Then, not only you, but others will watch. Have you ever watched a seed slowly grow, or when they speed up the growth, you see it? We can now watch a baby in the womb developing and growing. We can watch the challenges it's having. We can watch through ultrasounds babies of animals in the womb growing and developing, where life is leading it to grow and develop and become. We can see that. We can watch. Great pressures come and will come within oneself and from out for one to succeed in the purposes of becoming a leader. Just coming out of the womb, what would be the purpose of a plant in leadership? To come out, grow the seed, grow up, produce more seeds. Reproduction. What about an animal? It is to have children, birth them out for them to grow up, not be destroyed in the womb or eaten or destroyed right after their birth, but to grow up and what? Reproduce themselves, keep the species going, replenish what has been lost. And what about a human? A child is replenishing. For death takes many of us, and we will all die. But leadership is saying to this child, come forth. I'm going to help you. Life and the goal of leadership to come forth and replenish the world. It will help you if it's not obstructed, aborted, murdered, or killed in the womb. Leadership of life is pushing that child to come forth. But at the same time, many people do not know that this is going on in the unseen. They don't know, a lot of people don't know the struggles of a little seed in the ground. Or if it comes up as a tender plant, what forces and tests and trials and challenges come against it? Floods and scorching sun, lack of rain, bugs, animals eating it. What about an animal? Sometimes there's fires, there's hunters. Sometimes the baby is born with problems, left to die. Sometimes, as soon as the baby hits the ground, an enemy comes to steal it for food. What about a human? Some of them never get out of the womb. They're killed, they're murdered, aborted, destroyed in many different ways. And we know if you watch it happen, and Pastor Deborah has in the spirit, they try to dissolve the body, cut the body up, destroy the brain. And that little spirit in there that has the seeds of leadership in it sees that death is coming, and Pastor Deborah will go and cuddle that spirit, love on it, look in its eyes, dedicate it to its Creator, the Most High God, who gave it, and send it on its way. So leaders, doesn't matter what age, even from moment of conceptions, have challenges, tests, and trials. Even if no one knows what's going on, or if just a few do. And what happens with these tests and trials of the heart of the leader? There's pressure. The physical body will feel the pressure. We know that in abortion, even with babies. Plants, they all feel the pressure of the test and the trials. The soul is feeling death is coming. The agony, the pain from the nerves of the physical body. But leadership in any form, a plant, an animal, a human, is always challenged. And it takes great strength to come forth against all odds, and much is against all of us. We are put on display, believe it or not, even in the womb. Angels, demonic spirits, God, others can see the struggle of the spirit. Remember, Pastor Deborah is a teacher of spiritual leadership, spiritual hearts of a spiritual leader, becoming a spiritual shepherd. And all of these tests and trials, they become the foundation, the strength for the heart of a leader, for them to learn and pass on to others, and to strengthen and encourage other people. And if you fail these tests, now in the womb, when a child or a plant or an animal is killed or murdered in that state, they don't get a second chance at life on planet Earth. Now, the human spirit will come back when there's a new earth, and it will have a new body, and it won't come through the womb of a woman as it did at first. But right now, we're just talking about now. Yes, the seeds of leadership are sown right from conception. They come in with the egg and the sperm. They come into the seed when it is produced. In any plant, any flower, it comes in. And it is in every human child in the womb. It comes in creation. As I said, this is a new leadership development course. The heart of a leader, as you can see on my board, becoming a shepherd. It is vital that the heart of a human, even an animal, he is given a lot of lessons. The animals learn from their mama and even their father, who's not around too much. But they learn. They're in school. A plant has it already built inside of it. But you would be surprised. I've learned a lot about big plants and trees in the ground where you cannot see it. A mother tree will birth off of her roots little babies and feed it from her roots. That's where a lot of the little trees are growing up. There's a lot of attacks from bugs, viruses, and bacteria against plants. Did you know the rose bush has thorns to keep certain animals away? So there's a lot of tests and attacks and trials and challenges to everything that has life in it. And if you have life, you are a leader. Even, as I said, a mother tree is a shepherd. A mother animal is a shepherd of her children. She was given that from her Creator. She learned that from her mama. Everything in life has a heart of a leader, and it becomes a shepherd. But first, all that life has to be birthed, brought forth out of its womb, out of its shell, for it to become a shepherd. So this new series of classes of leadership development, the heart of a leader, becoming a shepherd, as you can see, is going to help you to begin rediscovering, yes, you have to rediscover this, these ancient concepts that all humans were created and are created and will be created to be a leader and to have the heart of a shepherd. Not just any kind of leader, because there's lots of them, we know that, but a leader with a heart of a shepherd. Now that's different. There's no classes. You can't go to any leadership development courses. You'll hear a lot about how to develop your soul, to lead and manage and be in touch and care for your people. That's good. That's good for the soul part of you to know that. But Pastor Deborah is going deep into the spirit part of us. And then that spirit part shoots it through the soul. And the soul should be releasing that out through the biological body. But if you're not getting spiritual training and information and education, then all you have to work with is your soul, with its conscious awareness and its subconscious, the hidden man of the heart of the soul. And that's all that it is. But Pastor Deborah likes to go deeper. The original pattern was you were to get in your spirit the heart of a leader. You got it. You were to become a shepherd in there. And shepherd and care for first your helpmate, your soul, the subconscious, all your feelings, your physical body. You were to get control and lead this system, this kingdom first. Then you were to help other people from out of the deepness of your spiritual knowledge, which is eternal, and help other people. So each class will teach a different and wonderful ancient concept, a lesson about humans and even all of life itself, as we're sort of doing now. Humans are created to be a leader, even in the womb, from the womb, in childhood, in your young teens, your young adults, even as a 69, that's how old Pastor Deborah is going to be here. I think today, maybe, to be a leader. Then the classes will be journeying into the development of this kind of leader, a shepherd, and how it becomes a leader and how its heart is developed. A leader with the heart of the shepherd, leads and guides not only itself in this system, but it leads and guides others. Now, a lot of people don't believe that a leader's to guide people. Look at a mama. She guides her little ones, her babies. You ever watched a mama duck teach a little duck how to jump off a bridge and go swimming? Or how an eagle teaches its baby eaglets to fly? Or cows teach them, or elephants? A mama is a shepherd, a teacher, and a leader. The little one watches and learns from mama, sometimes from daddy. But it's all teaching, learning how to live, be a leader, and to pass it on to the next generation. When you are a shepherd, and your heart is that way, and you are a leader, you will protect, provide safety. You will watch out for the enemy. Pastor Deborah's spirit is a shepherd of the soul, of her soul and her subconscious and her biological body. She has to watch out for spiritual enemies, enemies of words in the natural, biological foods and things not to go into. So my spirit is educated. It is the shepherd of this system, this kingdom of three that are one. It can provide encouragement. I can spiritually, my spirit can talk to my soul and even to my physical body. That's what a leader does. It encourages others, my soul with its two subconsciousnesses and my physical body. It can bring healing out of the spirit and restoration. And these classes of this new leadership development class, called the Heart of a Leader, Becoming a Shepherd, is going to teach in slow lessons these new concepts about becoming a leader who has a heart of a shepherd. You might say it is a pastor. Yes, it is. It's a guardian. Yes. A mother. Yes. A father. Yes. Maybe a friend. Yes. You will be surprised when you learn about animals protecting humans, or animal mothers nursing different kinds of animal species. The shepherd is always there, given to us from the Creator of all that is, the Most High God, the Heavenly Father, the great Creator Himself. Now, He did not create what we see. I had this little 7-year-old girl. They think she has autism. And her mother believes that God created her with autism. And she is teaching this little girl at 7 that God made her this way. And I had to talk to her spirit. Say, why would a loving God create you this way so you would have troubles? The mama had no knowledge of the fallen genes and DNA of Adam and the original woman back in the garden, and how all of that was changed because all humanity was in Adam in sperm form and in woman in egg form. And when they failed, they lost the Holy Spirit. Their DNA was perverted, defiled, and took on the image and likeness spiritually of Satan himself, the adversary of God. So therefore, the biological genes, the DNA, were changed. God did not do that. That was the result of the fall and death, separation, loss of the Holy Spirit. Now that grieved God in His heart. But people are blaming God for physical disabilities, saying, well, God created me this way. And I had to work with this little 7-year-old girl in the Spirit and talk to her. She knows this God. And I had to have her ask God Himself, Jesus Christ, did He create her biologically or in her brain with autism? Was that His doing? because she wasn't perfect. She had issues. Now, she was born a premature child, had feeding tubes, but she is wanting to believe that she was created that way. And I had to talk with her. And the reason people say that, because they don't know what the truth is. But they want to believe that they can't change it. God created. And I had to talk with her about a Bible story that talked about when a blind man was born blind. Jesus came across him, and his disciples asked him, whose sin caused this man to be blind? His sin or his parents? And Christ Jesus said, nobody's sin did this, but God allowed it to happen. So I could come along at this day, this time, spit in my hand, put some mud in there, put it on his eyes, and heal him, to show the glory of God even against a birth defect, even against something that you were born with. I could take blinded eyes spiritually and in the natural and heal them. And I had to teach that story. So she should be getting the glory of healing if she was born that way, because God would have allowed it, because he has to. The DNA was changed. So that is how a lot of people look at leadership. You're just born that way. Well, you are, but other people aren't born that way. And some saying, well, God did this and made me the divine leader, but he didn't make you the divine leader. So that was a little tidbit from the side of Pastor Deborah. So you know, I am working with children 7 years old, trying to help them discover the truth about themselves, about this God who gives us the heart of a shepherd. So in this new leadership class that hopefully you'll take, there'll be lots and lots of videos. I'm going to put them in the leadership development section on the website, so you should be able to find them. And I think there's a leadership development playlist on YouTube. All right, so you will be able to follow them and watch them. They'll also be podcasted out to one of the podcast shows. I'll try to see if I can maybe make a new one. So it'll just be about leadership development. So this new series of leadership development, the heart of a leader, becoming a shepherd, is going to have some and a lot more of the following concepts. We're going to first talk about words that were decreed early in life and spoken to all of humanity for us to become a leader with the heart of a shepherd. Then we're going to do one that talks about the dreams of a child. Number 2, the fields of another sheep. 3, shepherding in the strangest of places. You'd be amazed at where you have to learn your leadership and develop your heart as a shepherd. Number 4 or 5, can't remember, being faithful in bad times. The next one will be, I'm going to say number 5, the times of great testing. 6, the years of despair and waiting. 7, the great challenge. 8, then comes the days of discovery of your leadership and of becoming a shepherd. Then comes the fall or the rise of you, the heart of a leader within you, of a shepherd. You may get the knowledge, the education, get in a test and fail it, and never become what you're supposed to become. So there's so much for you to rediscover and learn about yourself and others. Ancient concepts about your own heart, your own purpose, your own identity, your reason for creation, your seeds of leadership that's already there within you. They just have to be matured and developed, watched over by a shepherd. Excuse me if I'm moving, because I'm moving my papers around. Within your own heart. Then you will be introduced to the test. the trials, the challenges that your seeds of leadership and of shepherding must go through. You will have attacks. They will come against you, and you will have to learn how to defend and protect not only yourself, but what the leadership is supposed to be guarding and protecting. You go talk to a mama. She'll protect her little ones if she's got a true heart of a shepherd. She'll lay her life down. She'll stand between whatever is coming against her little one. She'll fight to the death. It's an attitude, but it's a mama's shepherd heart. And life is going to throw these at you. Friends, family, words, challenges. It's all going to come. And it will take years of growing and developing before you are ready to rule a nation, rule a business, a company. You can biologically have a child very early in your teen years. Doesn't mean you're mentally or spiritually mature to raise them, shepherd them, grow them. You can be handed leadership and you're not ready. You can be handed leadership and you're corrupt. You can be handed or taken by force and become a dictator and become corrupt, and you're not a leader with a heart of a shepherd. So this classes of leadership development, they're going to be here coming this year. I'm working on many, many videos, but you'll see this one. It'll have its own list, its own playlist. And if you desire to be notified of each new video I put up, please subscribe to the channel, The Hidden Kingdoms, and you'll get a notification when I release a new video. And it will be an honor to have you as a disciple and a student in these leadership development classes, which are about you, your own heart, your own life, your own purposes of being a leader and becoming a shepherd. So I look forward to having you come and watch and learn. Make sure you bring others with you. You can share the video. It's all free. It's no problem. Always take notes. Watch them again. But most importantly, you must bring a heart that's desiring to know, listening ears, eyes that want to see what you have not seen, and a heart, a spiritual mind that wants to understand yourself and others and what a heart of a leader is. And you want to develop yourself as a leader and have the heart of a shepherd. So enjoy these new series of leadership development classes. The heart of a leader, becoming a shepherd. I'll see you in lesson number 1 coming pretty soon. Love always and forever, Pastor Deborah. Thank you for listening and watching this video. It is an honor and a pleasure to have you stopped by today and watch. This is Pastor Deborah, and I hope you come again and watch many, many more videos and learn and grow spiritually and hear how she has helped people spiritually, the Lord's way, for many, many years. Come again, watch another one, and we welcome you to be a subscriber to the channel, to make comments, and if you wish to contact Pastor Deborah, please email her at her email address for the ministry at pastordeborah@agapeloveishere.org. You can also see these videos on Twitter and on the website in the many different sections that they are put into. Enjoy, and it was once again an honor to have you watch and listen. Thank you, and come again to another video of Agape Love, Love is Here Ministries, a ministry of helping people the Lord's way that Pastor Deborah has been doing for many, many years. Love always and forever, Pastor Deborah.